All right, welcome everybody. It's just a minute before 8, and we will get rolling here as soon as I see people start hopping in. Make sure we've got everything we need all set up. Hey, Rita, how's it going? All right, guys, we're gonna get rolling in like 2 or 3 minutes. I'll start sharing my screen with everybody. I hear you. I just roped the kid down to his bed, so hopefully he will stay there for a little while. Oh, good, Dan. I'm glad you got it. Sorry it took so long, dude. Glad you got that TA shirt. All right, we got about 26 people here. Let me know if you can hear me all right. Let me know if the sound's okay. I do want to, when I start sharing my screen, sometimes things slow down a little bit. So one of the things that I would suggest is if you hover over the video, you can go to the settings. And in the settings, you can go to quality, and it can be on auto, but it probably needs to be at 480p or lower, just to make sure that things look clear and crisp for you guys. Otherwise, it won't look good until the replay. Okay, so if you're having any issues there, feel free to pop in the chat and let me know. But you can also just change those in the little gear icon in the video. We had a little trouble with that last time, so I want to try to nip that in the bud as much as we can. Hey, Doug, how's it going? Everybody want to say hi? Let me know where you're from, and we'll get rolling here in about 2 minutes. Just going to check a couple of last messages, and then I'll start sharing my screen with you guys here. Apologize for the mess in the background. I had to do something to cover up one of my replens, make sure nobody could see it. Baltimore, nice. I haven't been to Maryland in a long time. Ooh, Seattle. Nice, John. Tennessee. I love Tennessee. I was just in Nashville not too long ago for a conference. Nashville was a lovely city. Christopher, Ohio. What part? I hail from Columbus and now live outside of Orlando in a suburb. Kansas City, awesome. Hey, Javier from Spain is here. Javier's if you guys don't know, Javier is the mastermind behind Tactical Bucket. I am just the pretty face that gets to talk to you guys about it. But Javier is a mad genius who has been able to build this this bolt-on supercharger for Tactical Arbitrage, if you will. Dayton, awesome. I've got some good friends in Dayton. Los Angeles, sweet. I have not been to LA yet, but I do love San Diego. Minneapolis, Ridgefield, awesome. Sarah from Canada, nice. My son keeps telling me he wants to move to Canada because we went to Niagara Falls, and of course we stayed on the Canadian side because, well, the American side is kind of boring. And he now wants to live there. Lakerland. Been a Lakers fan forever. I love the Lakers, even when they're bad. Yeah, I agree, Dan. Javier is a wizard. I got to see him work. He stayed at my house. I got to see him work up close and personal, and the dude's just a genius. All right, guys, we're closing in on 8:05. It's 8:04 now. I'm going to go ahead and just make sure I've got everything the way it needs to be, and then we are going to get rolling here. I go to my profile page. And let me just blur out one quick item. There we go. Just had to blur out my tactical arbitrage or my tactical bucket key for you guys. And let's get to sharing here. Oops, application window. There we are. Share that. Okay. Perfect. Just want to make sure you guys can see my screen. It should be the tactical bucket screen. You should be able to see my whole dashboard and all of that stuff here. Okay. So when you guys, okay, here's how I want to do this tonight. I'm going to go from left to right. We're going to hit all the features and what they can do for you. I'll be able to roll this into, perfect. I'll be able to roll this into tactical arbitrage as well, so that we can kind of see how things look. I'm going to show you how the extension works and what you can get with the new what I call God mode plan. And we're just going to go left to right. If you have questions, pop them in the chat. I've figured out how to get the chat up while using Google Hangouts for YouTube Live, which is harder than it should be. And if you have any questions, just stop me. I can answer them, and then we'll keep going on. So if that's fair to you guys, I'm going to go ahead and dig in. Let me move this mic a little bit. Okay. So when you log into Tactical Bucket, this is what you're going to see. It's going to let you know your name, the email address, which I don't mind you guys seeing because that is my public email address. It's going to let you know how many XPath store subscriptions that you have. Depending on what level plan you have, that'll change. And then, of course, you can always purchase more under the purchase extra credit screen. And then the Aysen Extractor, which is for large sites, it'll let you know how many you have there as well. And just lets you kind of give you the health of your account. Okay. Now on this screen, you can change your password. You can head into the settings, go to your subscriptions. You can purchase extra credits. This is where you'll go if you want to pick up some extra XPath credits, or you want any Aysen jobs or anything like that. Excuse me. There's also a place to claim a coupon code. If you have a coupon code, I'll actually have one for you guys later tonight. And then your payment history and so on and so forth. So that's all the boring stuff. Let's go ahead and get into some of the cool things. The first thing we're going to do is TA bulk lists. Now, we know that Easy Bulk is inside of Tactical Arbitrage, and it's awesome, and we can all thank Javier for that. Javier is the one who masterminded that, and Javier is the one who keeps those updated for us all that we all get to use. However, you can also create your own bulk lists inside of Tactical Bucket. And it allows you to kind of surgically slice and dice at your leisure any single site inside of Tactical Arbitrage, Tactical Bucket, any of the XPaths, anything. One of the other cool things is you get to see how many categories are here. Hey, Mac, how's it going, man? You also get to see how many products are available on a particular site. So for example, this onesale.com, I never scan that site. It's got a very limited amount of products. It's got a very small amount of categories. I've never found anything on it, so I've never gone back and messed with it. But I have, I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dogs. One of them is freaking out, I can hear. But the great thing is you can create bulk lists from any of these sites, And the really cool thing that you can do is you can save these to multiple CSVs. You can save the entire one. So this particular site has only 209. Let's actually go back and look at a larger site. Let's go to 6 p.m. here. At 6 p.m., there's a 1,178. If you create a list there, well, you know you can only do 500 for tactical arbitrage. So you have the option to select 100. You can select 500. We're going to go ahead and clear that out. Or you can save to multiple CSVs. Okay. So now what I've done by clicking that is I have created a zip file that will download to my desktop that will have it broken up into it'll be 3 sets of 2 of will be 500 categories, and there will be one with an extra 126 or how many ever that was. And you can do that for any site that you want. You can also go in and you could just pick categories on their own. Okay. And the cool thing is you get to see that how many pages are there. You get to see how many products are in each one of those categories, which is really nice. So if you see something that only has maybe one item or 2 items, maybe it's something you just want to skip totally and not waste the bulk line for. Okay. So that's the TA bulk lists. And again, you can do that across XPaths. You can do that across sites that are already supported in tactical arbitrage, anything you want. Okay. Now let's talk product search XPaths. This is where you can really make your tactical bucket subscription count. These are all the sites that you get to add to tactical arbitrage via tactical bucket. Okay, there are 329 for the US. You can check Australia. There's one. Canada, Germany, it's all these different places have these available. Okay, we're going to focus on the US tonight just because that's where most people probably are from. I know we have a few Canucks here, but we're going to focus on the US sites. Now, you also get to suggest a store here. So if you have one that you would like to be built into Tactical Bucket, you can do that. You can suggest a store right here, and when Javier is able to build it, he will add it for you. Okay. Now, before we get too far, I want to show you something that is really magical. Okay. Right here, you can see the extension button. And if you click on that, it takes you to the Google Chrome Web Store so that you can install the Tactical Bucket one-click installer. Okay. Now, we see that there are 329 total XPaths, and I am subscribed to all of them, I believe. Okay. Now that I'm subscribed to all of them, if we go over here to Tactical Arbitrage, and I'm going to show you, I actually deleted every single XPath from my Tactical Arbitrage account today. Okay. So I have no XPaths in here. But what I'm able to do is I can click on the Tactical Bucket extension, and I can sync Tactical Bucket XPaths. It goes in, checks for updates, and it's going to give me a few minutes, and it's going to install all of these. It looks like maybe I missed a few when I hit subscribe on them. But it's going to install 278 XPaths for me. Okay. We'll give this just a few seconds here. It looks like it's going to take 151 seconds. Never takes as long as it says it's going to. But this is different than anything anyone's ever been able to do. It's always been upload them one by one. And now you get to upload all of them with just a single click of a button. Okay. And we're going to come back to this. I'm going to show you guys this import discounts as well a little bit later on. This is also a really cool feature of Tactical Bucket that allows you to one-click upload a ton of discounts. Okay. So we'll come back to this in a few minutes. Now you also have logos. You have the XPaths. All of that gets uploaded to Tactical Arbitrage for you, all with one click. Okay. And this is growing all the time. Of course, some of them end up being in the hospital on occasion. Just like Tactical Arbitrage, they need fixed. but Javier is really good at trying to keep these up to date and working for you as much as possible. Sorry, excuse me, guys. Now, any questions on that? Again, don't hesitate to stop me. I will be more than happy to stop and answer any questions at any time. After the product search XPaths, we've got private product search XPaths. Now, what these are, and you guys get to see one of mine. These are exclusive to you XPaths that you can have built. Now, they do cost extra because they've got to be done one-off, and they don't get to go out to the whole group. But you can have these built so no one else can go after them. Okay, and you can install these into your own Tactical Arbitrage account where no one else gets to go after them. So you get to fish in your own pond. Okay. They're inexpensive. I want to say they're like $23 or something like that. But they're very, very inexpensive. Okay. Exclusive XPaths. These are XPaths that are harder to build. Okay. These XPaths need a little bit of magic behind the scenes that Javier has been able to make because they don't want to work with Tactical Arbitrage. All right. Matter of fact, I believe that this HarmonDiscount.com is one that I suggested. It is a site that just will not be read properly. So Javier has built some sort of contraption to be able to go out and gather all the data for us and then run it through Tactical Arbitrage just like you could a regular site. These are able to be made for you. You can see TJ Maxx is in here. There's a bunch of other ones, and you get access to these as well. Okay. And how many you get access to depends on the plan that you choose. Okay. Wholesale XPaths. This one is pretty self-explanatory. These are how you scan behind wholesale sites that you have to log into. Okay. I don't mind just seeing the ones that I have because these ones are kind of throwaway sites. They're both very easy to get, and I don't know if there's anything profitable at them, but you could at least use them to get ungated in whatever they might be able to sell. Now, the wholesale sites you can have built one-off for you. Okay. You get to scan them behind the login. You just provide Javier with your login information, and then he's able to do all the wizardry and the magic behind the scenes so that you can actually scan this in Tactical Arbitrage. And what you'll see when you do it is if you go to the wholesale search, you'll be able to see search a wholesale site, and then you get a little drop down for the wholesale sites that you have. Okay. And that's as easy as it gets. You get an easy bulk with those. It's really, really cool stuff. Very easy to do. Multi-store bulk list. This is one of my favorites. Bulk lists are great, but we're going to go ahead with XPaths. Let's just do UPCs. We'll do USA. Oops, the USA. Now, what you see here, this multi-store bulk list generator is going to allow me to build a multi-store bulk list to upload into Tactical Arbitrage so that I can kind of laser focus on what I'm looking for. Now, let's say, for example, that I only want to see categories that have the word tea in them. Sorry, tea just happens to be what I'm drinking right now. So these are all of the sites and all of the categories that have tea in them in some part of the category. Okay. Or some part of, they sell tea there somewhere. Okay. You can see there's 85 entries. Now, what I'm able to do with this right now is actually, let's go ahead and let's do both. Let's see how many that goes to if we do both of them here. 485. So I went from UPC to both UPC and title, and I went from 85 to 485 lines in the bulk list. Now, what I'm able to do here is I can save this entire thing to a CSV file. And if I open it up, well, actually, you're not going to be able to see it because I'm sharing just this page with you. But once I open this bad boy up, I will be able to have every single category from each of these stores that have the word T somewhere in there. And I can upload those to Tactical Arbitrage. And that works for anything. If I want to do action figures, now I've got action figures. If I want to do Star Wars, there's even Star Wars. You can get as granular as you want on these. Okay, um, you guys can throw one out. I'll look it up if you'd like. But any site that is A, supported by Tactical Arbitrage, B, has an XPath, you can have it put into here with just a couple of clicks and a category search. It's really, really powerful, especially if you like to stay in certain niches, or if you're looking to get out into a new niche, you can see what sites might have those for you. Okay. Hopefully that all makes sense. Now, here is one of the cool things. And actually, right after I talk to you about the store search buddy, I'm going to give you guys something. Oh, wrenches. You got it, man. Let's do like wrenches. I'm going to do wrench just to keep it a little wrench. There we go. There are 402 entries for wrench, all from different sites. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get to the store search buddy. And I'm going to show you guys something that I built from the store search buddy, just to give you guys a little taste of what it can do for you. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up USA sites. Okay. Oh. Pull up USA sites. I'm going to do either UPC or title, doesn't matter. Now, what we're going to see here is we're going to see XPath sites that have a little check mark by them. If it's not an XPath site, it has a little X, which means it's already supported from Tactical Arbitrage. We've got exclusive sites. It's going to let you know if it's an exclusive site. You can see here it's exclusive, which means it's one of those more difficult sites. And then you also get to see if it's your wholesale site. Now, if somebody in the comments would shoot me a niche that you might want to get into, or that you have gotten out of and don't like selling anymore, don't give away your bread and butter, but give me an idea of something. Watches. Perfect. Okay. So somebody wants to get into watches and they're looking at Tactical Arbitrage and they say, you know what? I don't know what sites carry watches. Of course, Walmart has watches. eBay has watches. But does Target have them? Does Barnes & Noble have them? Who knows? So the cool thing we can do here is we can type in watch. And now we get to see every single site that has a watch category. It's been filtered from down to 215 from 362 total entries. These are all the sites that have some sort of watch category. Okay. And if we just wanted to see what was available on Tactical Arbitrage, we'll drop an X there. We'll drop an X there. And now we can see that 208 sites have watch categories. Oops, sorry, I forgot the X here. There we go. We can see that 146 sites that are supported by Tactical Arbitrage have watch categories. So the reason I really, really like this is, let's say that I've found 2 or 3 items in, I don't know, the syrups category that have done really well for me. So I want to go out and I've exhausted Walmart. I've exhausted Target. I've gone through all their syrups. But now I want to see what other sites are going to carry syrups so that I can start going and scanning those sites to be able to find syrup. Well, I probably wouldn't have thought of Webster store because I always figured they just sell items that you cook with. Okay. Spatulas and pots and pans for restaurants. So I never would have thought of that. Meyer, of course, as a native Ohioan, I would know that they sell syrup because they're a huge regional grocery store. But I wouldn't have thought of True Value. I think of them for tools, but they've got syrup for sale. Okay, so you can expand your sourcing. You can expand your thinking past the 5 or 10 or 15 sites that we seem to get stuck scanning over and over and over again, and we can go out and find these new pots of gold. Vegan dog food. That's a good one. I saw someone on Shark Tank just got vegan dog food money. Nothing there. Vegan dog food's probably too narrow, but if you go dog food, we got dog food. There's 22 entries inside of Tactical Arbitrage, and if we include XPath sites, there's 9 entries of XPath sites that have dog food. I don't know. I've never gotten that. I've never wanted to get that specific because it's going to be based on categories and things like that. So let's try digital watch. You can get digital watch. I highly doubt you would get digital watches with NBA teams because we got to remember this is based on the categories from stores, and they're not necessarily going to say they're not necessarily going to have a category of digital watches and then a subcategory of NBA logos. There may be one, but you kind of want to keep it a little bit wider than digital watches with NBA teams, and so on and so forth. But I would almost bet money. Let's go ahead and let's turn all these filters off here. Pacers. Some of these sites may have like a Pacers gear, but yeah, it's you got it. So that is what Store Search Buddy is all about, and it's one of my favorite things to do because there are a couple of I've got 5 or 10 items in a very specific niche that I sell and I do well with. And I like to be able to go out and find more of them, but I've exhausted my regular resources. The difference between Store Search Buddy and multi-store bulk. So Store Search Buddy is something that allows you to go in and find where the niches are. Okay. And this is something that people ask for a lot in the Tactical Arbitrage group. Hey, can we get a list of what sites support what categories? And there's really nothing out there, but Store Search Buddy does that for you. So you could go as broad as arts, okay, or crafts, or just automotive, okay? But if I wanted to drill down even into syrup, I could do that, okay? Or if I wanted to drill down into sweetener, I can do that. Oh, I spelled that way wrong. And so the Store Search Buddy gives you an idea of where to go. Once you know where to go, you can open up that multi-store bulk list, and you could go in and create those bulk lists for yourself, okay? All right. And one of the things is, let's say you want to find things in the syrup category, but you don't have God mode on your account, on your Tactical Bucket account. You can see which XPath sites support syrup, and you go in and subscribe to those. Okay. I can see I did miss a couple. Now, what I'm going to give you guys, and this is something that, shoot. Let me refresh this page here. So what I did is I actually went in and kind of created with Store Search Buddy what people have asked for a long time. They want to know, hey, what sites have beauty and personal care products? What sites have grocery and gourmet food products? What sites have office products? So what I did is I went into Store Search Buddy. I found what sites carry all of these, and I did 8 categories, 8 top level categories: video games, pet supplies, office products, grocery and gourmet food, beauty and personal care, baby products, automotive, arts, crafts, and sewing. And you guys can have this. Let me type it in the chat here. I forget what it was. Bear with me just a minute here, guys. I'm going to go grab this link because I forget what the link was. But I put this all together for you from the Store Search Buddy so you can take it and have it. It is not everything because I can't take all of Javier's hard work and just give it away for free, but it is a couple of items for you. Let me grab this link that I made here. There we go. All right, I got it. All right. If you guys go there, it requires an email. I'll email this over to you directly so you can grab it and download it to your own Google Drive. You can download it as a CSV file, whatever you want to do. And then that kind of gives you an idea of what Store Search Buddy can do for you. Okay. Now, that's everything in the bulk list tools. Now we've got Aysen list tools, and this is some awesome stuff here. In the Aysen list tools, this top 500K bestseller Aysens is one of my absolute favorite things. This allows you to grab tons and tons of Aysens based on the top 500,000, okay? And you can do the current, the 30-day average, the 90-day average, or the 180-day average in any of the categories that, yeah, Top Aysens is my favorite. In any of the categories on Amazon, okay? Now, I have this set to USA, and I'm going to do the 30-day average. And let's go to clothing, shoes, and jewelry. I'm going to grab the today top 500,000. Now, what happens when you do this is you can actually select a range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I want everything from 0 or 1 to 250,000. You can use this little slider here and get it where you want it. I'm actually going to type in 250,000. And that's going to lock that in for me. Now, what I'm able to do is I can download this range of Aysens in a CSV file. I can download the range in 25,000 per, so you have that ready to go to be uploaded into reverse search, or you can download all in 25,000 Aysen files, which means you get from 0 to 500,000 or 1 to 500,000. This is a huge competitive advantage. If you could just run reverse searches 24/7 with these, and you should easily pay for both Tactical Arbitrage and Tactical Bucket, because you will have your XPath sites that you get. You're going to have the Tactical Arbitrage sites, and running those through reverse search, you should be able to find products without a problem at all. And you can do this in any category that you want. Now, the other cool thing that you can do is, let's say we go to current day and I want to see just the items that have been added to the appliances category today. So today, there are 35,389 Aysens that were not in the top 500,000 yesterday. Now, this could be for a number of reasons. Perhaps they were out of stock yesterday and there were no sales. Perhaps there just haven't been any sales and now there are sales. Maybe some items went out of stock and went above the 500,000 and knocked some of the other products below 500,000. Tons of reasons. But what you could do is you can see the items that have come into the top 500,000. You can also do that over the last 7 days. So over the last 7 days, there's 153,000 Aysens that have been added to the top 500,000 that were not there over the previous 7-day period. You can do the same for the last 30 days. Now, here's one of the things that I actually like a lot. Okay. This exits feature. These are the items that have exited the top 500,000. Now, it's also going to be for a variety of reasons. Maybe they were under 500,000 because they just haven't sold, or because they were selling but now are not selling. But one of the other reasons is a lot of them go out of stock. There's a surprising number of items that have no inventory at Amazon. Okay. And if that's the case, they start shooting up in ranks. So you can grab all of these and you can put them into a reverse search and make sure you have also show Amazon out of stock. And you can go and search for those items and bring them back to Amazon as long as you can see that Keepa shows that it sells when it's in stock. Excuse me. Do I usually pick the 30-day average over the current and the 90-day? No, not necessarily. I'm just kind of messing around with it right now. Typically, I will do 90-day, and that's going to give you a little bit more of a feel, but it's also going to give you a lot more ASINs. Okay. If I do 90-day average and I go to baby products and I take a look at the last 7-day exits, you've got a ton of them there, over 418,000. Okay, so there's a ton of ASINs that have exited the top 500,000 in baby products. Okay, so being able to grab all of these ASINs is really incredibly powerful. You can also do these historical exits. I'll be honest, I'll need to have Javier tell me what the historical exits are. They might be things that have exited outside of the 30 days, but I'll have to double check with him on that. But I never really touched this one. I'm always using the today exits, the last 7-day exits. And then I also like looking at the additions just to see if maybe it's something that's picked up velocity now that it's back in stock or something like that. The cool thing is that this works across every single marketplace. You've got USA and all the other ones here. So all that data is being grabbed and refreshed and updated all the time for you. And it's just a huge amount of data. You could honestly just use this and do reverse searches. And you can hack in a reverse search in wholesale and do 100,000 ASINs at a time rather than being limited to 25,000 ASINs at a time. But that's for another YouTube live, I think. But that's the top bestseller ASINs, and it's incredibly powerful. Very good. Historical exits are all the ASINs that have been within the top 500,000 and are not there anymore. So historical since we started tracking. So you could actually probably find a lot of stuff. 510,000 ASINs in grocery and gourmet food. I would bet a lot of that stuff is going to be things that have gone out of stock, or the prices are just ridiculous from some drop shipper or something. So I bet you just in those historical exits, you're going to have a ton of opportunity to be able to either bring things back to the Amazon catalog, maybe fix listings, or bring the price down to something that the market actually bears, which is why you'll see things stop selling in a lot of cases. I've got a perfect example in my own inventory. I've got an item that stopped selling at the $50 mark because it's sold by a drop shipper, and then I'm the only FBA seller. And when I can get it back in stock, I bring it to $29.99, which is still a $10 profit and a 50% ROI, and it sells out the minute it hits the warehouse. Okay, and those kinds of opportunities are more abundant than a lot of people want to talk about. Okay. So that is the top bestseller ASINs. Let's go to the Aysen Extractor. Now, the Aysen Extractor is awesome. There is a little bit of a heads up. Amazon has disabled the ability to go deep searches on storefronts over 2,400 products, but Javier is working on that. Okay. So one of the cool things is you can go in and you can grab ASINs from huge storefronts. I think one of my older ones in here. Yep. Pharma Packs. PharmaPax was the very first storefront that I ever went and got with Tactical Bucket. You can see they had 75,000 items in stock at the time. And I was able to grab all of those products, and then I can grab them in a splitted up CSV file for reverse search. Okay. So what this gives you the ability to do, and even though it's a little bit on the fritz right now, it will be back to normal as soon as Javier figures out his workaround. You can go in and you can find these sellers that maybe you want to emulate, or you want to maybe have some of the products that they sell, or see what else they sell. And if it's a ton of products, like PharmaPax was one. I like to sell health and beauty products. I tend to find Oxcom on a lot of products that I like to sell as well. So I went and grabbed them. E-tails, they're just a huge business, although they're going through some troubles right now. So I went after them as well. And you can go in and basically grab all the ASINs from these storefronts. It's pretty self-explanatory, and it's also very easy to do. Okay, you just grab the seller ID, throw it in the create Aysen extractor job, and you're good to go. Okay. Now, top-rated sellers. This is also really powerful. Okay, one of the things that is a smart business move, in my opinion, is to be able to find sellers that are maybe at the next level from you. Okay, and let's say that you have 20 feedback this month, and you want to get to that next level. So maybe someone with 75 or 100 feedback is a store that you might want to go look at and see what they're selling. Okay, so if we go here, let's say feedback over 30 days. Let's do this smallest to largest. We might need to go a few pages deep here. Let's go 100 pages deep. That's 0. Let's go 200 pages deep. And 500. See, there's a ton. There's 149 sellers in this list. Get to the page I want to see here. Here we go. So this feedback over 30 days, I'm now at 4. Let's go 1,200 pages deep. Here we go, 23. So if you're around the 20 mark, you may want to start going to these people who've got 23, 24. Let's go ahead and get up to, let's do 1,250. See what we get there. Page 1,250, we've got 30. So maybe you want to see, hey, you know what? Let's go and look at Pool Parts to Go. I can go look at Pool Parts to Go, and I can look at their storefront and see what kind of things that they're selling. Of course, they're selling pool pumps. But one of the reasons that's powerful is because you can go and find stores to emulate. You can also find a lot of stores that you don't want to emulate as well. The great thing about this is it is all sortable. You can look at their rank trend based on 7 days, go from highest to lowest and lowest to highest. You can do the same with 30 and 90 days. You can go largest to smallest and smallest to largest on lifetime feedback. So we can see Amazon Warehouse is, of course, number 1 on lifetime feedback here. But, you know, these huge stores, probably something you don't necessarily want to go after unless you want to sell books like Textbook Rush does. I'm going to butcher your name. Salal. I'm sorry. I'm cross-border Amazon seller from Canada, USA. How is Powerful Tactical Bucket for me? I would imagine you could use it very well. If you want to add sites to Canada and purchase from Canada to sell on the US, you could do that. You can add a bunch of sites that are not there. If you want to grab ASINs and do reverse searches, you'd be able to grab ASINs and do reverse searches. You know, you could look at other Canadian storefronts. You can look at US storefronts. You'd have all kinds of things to be able to do. Uh, I'd have to. You may have to talk to Javier. Maybe there's some setting I'm not able. Like if it were a tactical arbitrage account for diabetic boom, if it were your tactical arbitrage account, I could get in there and take a look and put you in the right direction. But there may just be one little setting that needs to be tweaked. If you want to shoot an email to hello@tacticalbucket.com, I won't guarantee that Javier can look at it tonight because it is. It's got to be like 2 or 3 in the morning over there, and he's still up. So he should probably. Oh, that's right. I have the unlimited OA plan. So yeah, do we need to add one by one? Are those top rated sellers, or that list is already there for everybody? No. This list here on the top rated sellers is there for everybody. Everybody can sort through that and look at it as you please. You can parse that data any way you want. You can search it. So if we search pharma packs, for example, pharma pack shows up. If you know, I know that I sell against Oxcom on a fairly regular basis, so I can. I don't know why Oxcom isn't showing up there. I probably find them if I look through there. They might have a space in their name, but you'd be able to see those, sort them, and go through them any way you. Oh, Canada. That's why. I need to go back to USA. But yeah, you can sort and parse that data any way you please. Okay. Oxcom, there we go. All right, that's the top rated sellers. Now the discount list. If you are doing online arbitrage, the discount list is incredibly powerful for you. And here's the reason. You can see here that Joma Shop has 80%, 87% off a particular category, and you get to see that right away. You can see the code that's available, and these get updated all the time. Just on a regular basis. Walgreens 60% off custom floating frames. There's all kinds of discounts and things in here. Now, one of the things that I do with this is I always sort by gift card discount. Okay. So I can see that loft.com, I can get 26% off a discount gift card, and that's a huge savings. It looks like they have a 40% off site-wide sale going on at the moment. So now I know with just those two, I can grab 40% off the total site, and then I can go in and get another 20% or 26% off of my gift card. And it should be pretty easy to manufacture a profit. This is something that you would have to go to the source site and look for, and then you'd have to go and find a discount gift card. And instead, this is all here for you. Now, the other thing you can do is you can set your preferences. So what I have done is in my discount and cashback settings, I have 3 cashback sites that I like the best: Ebates, Giving Assistant, and Top Cashback. There are 2 gift card sites that I like to use on a regular basis, and I have Gift Card Zen and Raise set up. I have excluded all of these other cashback sites, okay? Let me make sure. Yep, I've excluded all these other ones. And then I've also excluded these gift card sites, okay? I've had trouble with Savia and Card Cash on occasion. Card Cash can be okay, but I just didn't want to deal with them. So I'm only seeing gift cards and cash back from the sites that I want to see them from. Now, here's where this is really powerful. I'm going to go ahead, and I know all of these discounts are available for me. So if I go over here to Tactical Arbitrage and I'm getting ready to do a product search, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and go to Import Discounts. I'm not going to do the discount. I'm just going to do the gift card and the cash back, and I'm going to do the import. And this will take just a couple of minutes. Discounts have been imported successfully for me. And now let's go and take a look. Oops. Perfect. Awesome, Gordon. Thank you for that feature suggestion. Let me go in and see which discount place here. Barnes and Noble. Okay. Barnes and Noble, I can get 17% cash back or 17% discount gift card, 2% cash back. If I go over here to my product search and I type in Barnes and Noble, grab them here. Now what we're going to see in my source, maybe I need a refresh. There we go. Barnes and Noble. Go ahead and just add authors here. Now, because I have added all those discounts in here, they will show up for me here. I'm sure I made a mistake. There's something screwy I did, but typically your discounts are going to show up here for you automatically. And I'll find out afterwards what mistake that I made. But you'll have your discount for 17% off here. You'll have your cash back or over here as well, and those will run for you automatically. Now, the really powerful part is if you're doing reverse searches. Yeah, Search Manager does display the filters applied, but they also show up here in your filters usually. And I'm sure it's just some mistake I made, but these will also show up in your reverse searches as well. So if you're going out and doing a reverse search and you realize you may not be taking all the discount gift cards into account like you should, Tactical Bucket will do it for you. Okay. And that is what discount list is all about. Now, some of the other things that Javier has added recently is he has why active junkie and be frugal. I like having cash back from as many places as possible, but it gets hard to track. So let's see, what did I set up there? My discount. Okay, so Ebates, everybody uses them. Okay, Giving Assistant. The reason I like Giving Assistant is because I actually have it set up so that 20% of my cash back goes to Operation Underground Railroad, which is a charity that I like to give as much money to as I possibly can. And Giving Assistant takes 20% and gives it to them automatically. And then I also get paid weekly from PayPal through Giving Assistant. I don't have to wait a quarter like I do with Ebates. Top Cash Back, because I find that they have a pretty high cash back amount on the regular. Active Junkie and Be Frugal are great, but I just don't want to manage more than 3 places, having to make sure that they've gotten all of my cash back correct for me. Excuse me. All right. And so there's tons of ways that you can search through. You can search here. You can look by country. You can get rid of store wide. You can search by the store if you want. There's all kinds of ways to parse this data. And then, of course, there are links to take you to the discount page. There are links to take you to the gift card page, and so on and so forth. So, no, the other thing that he has added is he has added a global walkthrough. The great thing about the global walkthrough is a lot of people get stuck. They don't remember what is what and what should do, what a certain tool should do for you. And of course, you don't necessarily want to go watch an hour-long video every time you want to figure something out. So this global walkthrough will actually give you a walkthrough of every single feature inside of here with a little pop-up that tells you what goes on. Okay. Now I'm going to disable this because I'm not going to walk through this whole thing with you. But if you click next, it starts running you through the features. And Javier's taken a bunch of time to be able to put this together just so people are able to use Tactical Bucket exactly like they should. Okay. That's one of the cool things there. Now, one of my other favorite features is this TA coverage. The TA coverage will show you the Tactical Arbitrage Easy Bulk coverage. Okay. And you can see these are all these sites that are supported and have an easy bulk. You get to see which sites are in the hospital right now, okay, which is kind of nice to be able to know. Everyone wants to know, what happened to Sierra or where's East Bay. Well, it actually shows up here what sites are in the hospital, and that gets updated all the time. You can actually even see all the sites that are in the TA hospital at the current moment. You can also see what sites are just supported, okay? There's also very easy to get a hold of support. You can reach out to hello@Tactical Bucket. And now that we've kind of gone through everything at a 5,000 foot view, what questions do you guys have? Make sure that we have everything answered and everything's exactly the way you want it. All right. Now, what I am going to show you guys now are the plans, and this is the newest plan, the Ultimate OA plan. It is invite only, which I am not able to show you because I'm logged in. But when you go look at this page, it will show you invite only. If you guys are interested in either upgrading or grabbing the Ultimate plan so you get full access to all of the X paths with the one-click install, there is an invite for people to use. Okay, CTS invite. You have to use that to be able to get access to the Ultimate OA plan. It's going to be limited to, I believe 50 people maximum, just to make sure that we don't overload Javier's servers. And it gives you unlimited access to all the bulk lists. Of course, you get unlimited access to every single XPath that's available. You don't just get a limited amount per month. You'll be able to install every single one of them immediately. Then, of course, you can add custom private XPaths and all of that just like before. Talk about the Chrome extension part. Yeah, the Chrome extension is awesome. So inside of Tactical Arbitrage, the Chrome extension does two things. You can sync all of your Tactical Bucket XPaths. So it goes in and it checks for updates. When there have been fixes, things need to be updated. You can do that automatically. It's a one-click install for any XPaths that you subscribe to, or if you have all of them, it will install every single one for you. And then it will take away any that might be in the XPath hospital that Javier has if something needs fixed, and so on and so forth. Then, of course, you can also import the discounts, which we just talked about. It'll grab those gift cards, cashback, and regular discounts for you if you like, and it will import those directly into each of the sites that has a discount available. Very, very easy to use, and I mean, it's makes it a no-brainer these days. Okay. There is a free plan if you want to be able to go in and dig around a little bit. You can do one Aysen Extractor. You can go in and you don't get any X paths. You get the bulk lists, of course, and you can look at what sites might be in the TA hospital. And that's absolutely free, cost you nothing. Okay. I'm actually going to grab my link for you guys so you can go take a look. You guys can head over there and take a look at all of them. If you are going to, the Chrome extension is available with all the plans. It's not just the unlimited. This video, yes, will always be on my YouTube channel. I will not take it down. But yeah, the Chrome extension comes with everything, all plans. Doesn't matter if it's free or the ultimate plan, you do get the Chrome extension. And then, of course, you do get a discount if you go yearly. You get a hefty discount. I didn't realize. Unlimited monthly is available right now. You do have to use that invitation code, the CTS invite, and you can put that into your. If you go to your dashboard, you just claim coupon code, throw that in there, and that will be able to get you the unlimited OA plan, or what I like to call God mode. Okay. I am going to shoot an email out to my list here probably tomorrow morning to give them access. I'm giving you guys first go at it because we are going to limit this to about 50 people, just because Javier does have to worry about churning through his servers. So, any other questions, concerns, thoughts? Otherwise, we'll start wrapping this up, and you guys will, anybody who did grab that TA site category list, I'll be shooting you an email as well, just so you got a reminder of the code and everything like that. Hey, absolutely, Doug. Thanks for being here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give everybody my email address as well. If you guys have any questions or anything, you can always hit me up there. You can hit me up on Facebook, of course. I'm always around the TA group. So you put CTS. Yeah, it's CTS invite in the claim coupon field. Yes. And of course, I'm going to email all this to you guys, so don't be too worried about losing it or anything. I'll email this to you here in just a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for being here, guys. Again, any questions, shoot me an email, shoot me a message on Facebook, tag me in the Tactical Arbitrage group or FBA Today, and I will make sure to reach out to you. I appreciate you guys spending an hour of your time with me. I know it's important and precious, and you could have been sourcing instead of looking at my mug. So thanks, guys. Have a great night, and I will talk to you guys soon.